Today, we're doing some good old-fashioned butter beans or lima beans. It's a great way to use up that leftover ham bone. I'll show you exactly how. We're at the Instapot on this step. I almost always put my beans for a 12 to 24 hour soak, with the exception of the lima beans that we're cooking today. So today I am going to do a quick soak method on them. These are really tender beans, so I find that they don't require a long soak. Another reason why I usually soak my beans for a long time is because it helps with digestion. But again, don't have that problem with the lima beans. So I'm going to do a quick soak in Instapot. You can also do a quick soak in a regular pot, but this is quicker and time saving, and I got it, so I'm gonna use it. So I'm just going to fill this with water. Well, not fill it with water, but just cover the lima beans with water. And that's good enough, I think. Yeah. And then I am going to pressure cook this for 5 minutes and let it do a natural release. And then our beans will be ready for cooking. All right, this has come to a natural release. And as you can see, the beans are fully soaked, ready to get to cooking. So let's go ahead and move over to the stove. All right, so over to the stove. I got my big pot ready. Very simple ingredients on this one because those butter beans or lima beans, whichever you say them, they don't need that much. But I got a couple tablespoons of bacon grease in here. Of course, y'all know I love my bacon grease on stuff like this, but you can add whatever you have. And then I got one large onion that I've diced up. I'm gonna give this a saute for a little bit before I add in the leftover ham. All right, so I just dropped my ham in. As you can see, there's still a lot of meat. You want to leave some meat on it so you can have meat going through your beans. But this is my leftover ham bone. Also, I got my sauteed onions at the bottom. Now I'm just going to boil this just for a little bit, or let it simmer just for a little bit, just so I can get the meat tender again. Also, I know you can see the red and pink. That's just from the cherries that was in between the pineapple on the ham. So don't worry, it is fully cooked, but we're gonna cook this bad boy down some more. Okay, I'm gonna throw in one bay leaf. And then I'm gonna get in some chicken broth. All right, so I got all my chicken broth in here. I'll leave all the measurements in the description. I'm not gonna fully cover the ham bone because I know it's a pretty large ham bone and I just don't want to over water my beans when we get ready to cook them. But if I add more liquid, I will let you know, of course. I'm going to bring this up to a boil and then go ahead and put the lid on and let this cook maybe about 30 to 45 minutes just until it gets a little bit more tender on that ham. This has actually been simmering away here for about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and add in the beans at this point. Uh-oh, no splashback. So I'm going to just keep letting it simmer, maybe about halfway through. So maybe about 30 minutes or so, I'll come back and test for seasonings. Seasonings is going to be according to your own preference, especially in something like this, because it depends on the saltiness or seasoning of your broth and even your ham. So it's just gonna be a personal preference here, but I'm just gonna let this simmer until it is soft, and then we'll see if I need to thicken it up by bringing it up to a boil or what the consistency will be. I'll let you know. Okay, I let this simmer for about 45 minutes here, and I can tell, look how my meat is falling off the bone. So at this point, I like to pull my ham bone out, and then I like to shred up the meat, the ham inside of here, so that I can get it back in. Now you can do this whether or not you serve this as a main course or even as a side dish, but I like to have a lot of meat in it so I can go ahead and serve it as a main course. These are creamy, flavorful, and delicious. I served it alongside some sweet potato and cornbread, just like Grandma used to. Be sure to like this video to see more videos just like this and subscribe if you haven't already.